Hello, it's me, Mr. Henry Sanga Zemshauri, a teacher by professional, but also advisor and counselor. And here today, I'm ready to present a very, very nice lesson. And almost it has been confusing teachers and students. So please, make sure you follow me. We go together. Have you ever sent a message to your friend? It can be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Have you ever tried to write a message, very short message, to someone? Ask yourself, what was the purpose of writing the message? What was the purpose of sending the text, the message, to your friend or to your parents or to your relatives or to your beloved? What was the purpose? And so, today we are going to look upon the message as versus the lesson. We are going to consider the difference between the message and the lesson. So first we are going to see the difference between a lesson and a message. The difference between a lesson and a message is as follows. That the lesson is to give a lesson. You see, when you speak of a lesson as a verb, meaning it is an act of giving a lesson to somebody, or to teach something to somebody. So that's a lesson as a verb. But also a message as a verb. The word message as a verb, it can mean to send a message, the act of sending. The act of sending. But also to transmit a message. For example, I said when you text someone via a cell phone, that is a message. But let us consider the definition of a message, or of a message as it referred to when you consider the Oxford Advanced Dictionary. According to Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, message is an important moral, social, political idea that a book or a speech is trying to communicate. This is according to Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. So we consider message as a moral, social, political idea in which a book or a speech is trying to communicate to. So simply we can say a message is what the author wants to communicate. It's what a book is communicating. But a lesson, these are teachings, is what we learn from a certain work. So if you are reading a story, what do you learn? What are the teachings in that story? That will be the lesson. But a message is what we get as the intention of the writer. So I think now let us go directly to the difference between a message and a lesson when it comes to literature. I was speaking generally as per the two words or terms, like what is the difference between the two, but not referring to literature. Now when it comes to the literature context, what is the message and what is the lesson? So let us see what is the message when it comes to literature. Message in literature refers to the underlying ideas, themes, or moral lessons that the author conveys through their work. So to make it well understood, meaning the message is what the author is trying to communicate to the reader. It can be the underlying ideas, or we call it themes, or lessons that the author is trying to communicate. So there are people who are confused when we define message in terms of, in the context of literature, we include the lessons within. By the way, a lesson is found within the message. That's why in the definition of a message, we don't hesitate to speak about the lesson. That's why in the definition we say a message refers to the underlying ideas, themes, or moral lessons in which the authors are trying to convey through their work. So this is the message. Now, message as message, it belongs to the speaker if it is spoken. But message also, it belongs to the author or the writer of a certain literary work. So if it is a poem, then the message from that poem belongs to the poet. If it is a play, then the message belongs to the playwright. But if it's from a novel, then a message belongs to the novelist. Generally, we say a message, it is the intention of the writer or of the author towards the audience. But it comes from the literary work. It can be a novel, it can be a play, it can be novella, short stories, or poems. So this is what we call a message. But a message, why is it different now from a lesson? A message, we said, it comes from the writer. So the writer is the one who owns. By the way, say it is the intention of the writer. Now, what the writer is trying to communicate to the society, it is his or her intention. It's what, meaning that it's what the author wants the audience, wants the listeners, wants the readers to take away from his work or her work. Or it's what the author wants the readers to understand from his work or her work. So if it is from a poem, then what does the poet, if it is a poem, what does the poet wants the readers of that poem to take away from it or to understand? Now that intention is called the message. I hope it's very, very clear. Now, these messages now can be explicit or implicit. Explicit meaning a message sometimes is not open. It's not open. Through reading a literary work, a novel or a play or a poem, you have to extract the message. You have to extract the intention of the writer. What is the implication? So when you speak of explicit, the message which is explicit meaning it's not open. It's not fully open. It's not clear. So in order to get the message in which the author is trying to write or to portray, meaning you have to think of the words expressed, the use of words, consider the use of words. And from there, then you can understand the intention of the writer. Otherwise, when the message is explicit, it's very hard to extract it from a literary work. But also we said a message can be implicit. Implicit meaning it's very open. You can easily identify the intention of the writer. You can easily identify the intention of the poet. You can easily identify the intention of the playwright from a play. So this, we say, the message is implicit, meaning it's very open, it is well understood, it's very clear, fully clear. On the other hand, a lesson it's now not the intention, of course, not directly the intention of the writer, but it's what we readers, what you as a reader or as a listener of a certain literary work presented, you have to learn from it. What do we learn from a particular literary work? What do you learn when you are listening a song of Zuchu? What do you learn? So whatever you learn from a song, whatever you learn from reading a story, whatever you learn from a novel, that's what we call a lesson. So these are teachings in which we get or we extract from the literary works. Simply, we can say like that. So what is the difference exactly between a lesson and a message? According to what I've already explained, we can say a message is the intention of the writer. Intention of the writer. Or it's what is communicated by the writer from his book or his literary work. And a lesson is what we learn from a literary work. Here I mean a play, a novel, or poems. That's one. The first difference is that.